Welcome back to Tambay TV. I'm your host, Fajardo. And yes, we got another mystery guest. It's all covered up. Let me preface this opening for our guest by saying that growing up as a geek, I didn't take a geek course. I took management. Everyone knows. You guys know that if you've been watching the show enough. And growing up, you look for people you look for your tribe, right? I mean, not it's not that my other friends were into the geek stuff, into Star Wars and into all that, but not as intensely as I was. And this next guy has been a good friend of mine for like decades. Fuck decades. Feel older than I am. And somewhere in 2006, 2007, before I've ever been, because now I do storyboards. That's one of the stuff that I do. I draw, and one of the first times I've ever seen a storyboard was working with this guy, because there was a point in time we're part of a band, of course. You guys know that Blacktooth, and somewhere in 2007 we decided that we wanted to come up with a video, and first, I don't remember, and we'll ask him how it came about later. But this is the only guy who also had a vision, who also wanted to produce something. And it was the first, it started with this storyboard. I wanted to look for it, but I can't find it in my files. And it was a guy sitting in his bedroom, and it was like a top shot. I remember it so vividly. I'm like, oh, you can do this shit? I mean, you can draw this? He's like, of course. In my head, it was just like a Hollywood thing. But it was only in movies or in behind the scenes of the shit we love, like Star Wars and all that. And this guy's doing storyboards. I'm like, wow, this guy's legit. Okay, so let's see what will happen. And then result is a video you guys probably see on Mix still. It's for our video called Delat in our band Blacktooth Grin. And it's none other than this awesome director who's opened my eyes and one of the first people who's introduced me to the world of creating your own shit rather than just enjoying it. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Noel Guevara!
What's up? What's up, man?
Brother?
What's good, Tambay TV?
Sponsor.
Told you I saw it before. No, dude, you have to say this. You have to say this.
Go.
I remember the first time we met. I was still dating your cousin. If
I
you
wasn't going to
remember
bring
this.
that up, but you brought it up.
No, it's fine. It's cool.
Okay, cool.
It's cool. We're all
Yes.
good. But I remember telling her, and then I was telling her that I
This
should
was
meet you because you were
circa
college.
2000.
2000, yeah, 2000-ish. Anyway, it's not just state. Let's not be specific. But
Okay.
But I told her that I should meet you because I was a big Star Wars fan. And then
Yes.
you remember this? And then you told her, okay, if he really is a big Star Wars fan, ask him who was the Emperor's hand.
Ah.
Remember that?
Of course.
I was like, that's it? That's it? Ay, nako, that's it. That's it. Phone a friend. So yeah, that was it. That was how it started. Cool, man.
Yeah, and I remember because we would see each other in school because we were different
Mm.
courses, diba? But we'd see each other in school.
Yeah, you in an all boys thing.
Yeah, I was an EM boy, and you were a pol sci.
No, I was calm.
Com, sorry, com.
Yeah,
And
calm.
Then did we meet? I was trying to remember that. Was it? Did you come up to me in school, or did we meet with Husta on board?
No, she was there. She was there, and then I remember it very vividly, as if it was yesterday. And it's funny because I don't remember how I met her, but I remember how I met you. But
Because we're gay,
speaks
we saw each
volume.
other that way,
Speaks
bro.
volumes, stuff. Okay, and no. This was she was in school with me, and then you were playing basketball, and then I think she called you in, and you
There
were
you go.
trademark pawis and
We'll get into that.
batak na batak, and then yeah, that was how it started, man.
I was
And-
tempted to wear my Deluxe shirt, but I'm like, let's not go that
Okay,
far.
okay. And Wolfgang fans, man.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Diba?
Definitely.
That's how it-
Definitely.
Yeah,
We'll
that's how it
get
all
into that
started.
also, but I want to get into the Star Wars first. I
Sure, go
remember
ahead, man.
That marriage thing first, right? And then
Lead me
I
in.
learned that putang ina, this guy has read every book that I fucking read. To this day, bro, there's only two of you. One is Sankey. Shout out to Sankey who got me into it when I was in high school. And you,
Right.
ikaw lang ang kakilala ko lang who's read the fucking whole what do you call it now? Legends, the whole Legends, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
How far did
That's
you get
cool
into
though.
that? How far did you get?
I even read the new Jedi Order. I think
Siyempre, of course.
I was one book shy of finishing that. But you have the one thing I want to say is that you can imagine how frustrated and parang disheartened I was when they decided to like cast it off and call
Ah,
it Legends, diba? So when they
broke
did
my
that, I
heart. Broke my
completely
heart.
lost it. Yeah, exactly. So that was heartbreaking.
But we're still
And
fans. Still a fan, right? Still a
yeah,
fan.
yeah, we're still fans. Oh, for sure. But I haven't read the book about Star Wars ever since then,
No,
though.
neither
Parang I
have I.
felt
Neither
na,
have I. As
diba?
in, wala talaga.
So
New Jedi Order,
the
I stopped
oh,
with
parang
Star by Star. Ay, what's after Star by Star? Naalala mo ba? Sige nga, testing natin kung meron ka pang geekdom in your blood, bro. Star by Star. Naalala mo
Star
yung Star
by
by Star?
Star.
Troy
Is that when
Telly.
Anakin died? I
Yes.
can't
Spoiler
remember.
alert. Yes, that's the one. Anakin dies in that one.
Not the Anakin that you
Yes,
guys
if you
know. It's the
didn't that happen in
Anakin.
episode 6? In the book, diba? Bro, that was like automatic. There was a fucking connection, man. There was a connection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, we were talking about that. We were texting about it and our 5110s. And
Yes, pareho, 51 and a little bit of fast forward just to show how it was just like a kindred spirit, a spirit of another soul. When we were shooting Dilat, sorry, we'll be going all over the place, but just one of our other crazy fucking connections. In Dilat, I was changing my shirt, and as usual, you were checking me out. tapos, tapos you're like, pile, I'm like, anak ng puta. I'm like, bakit? Ang inang yan, si Kay ang puta. Sabi ko, bakit? Ano mali? And then this fucker lifts up his shirt, show me his washboard abs. Naka-CK din na itim. Katawa! Do you remember that? I'm like,
yeah. I remember that.
Hanggang brief
I remember
pareho,
that.
puta.
Oh my god, I remember that. Holy
Right?
crap.
Right?
Yeah, pero wala na yung washboard ads na yan. Long gone, man.
Bakit?
I have ano. Wala na, pare.
Single pandis.
Wala na.
Bakit?
Kaya nga I'm trying to run eh.
Trying
Wala.
to run. Ngayon,
Comes
kasalanan
with
pa
the
ang aso
territory.
mo, pare.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It
Yeah.
kind of, let go na. Hindi, ako lang. I'm
Wala,
trying to get back to it. But
I'll be the number one guy. If I see a fat post of yours on fucking Facebook and shit, I'll be like, dude, cardio. You can't let that shit go, bro.
well, I was gonna run today if not for this show, though.
Ulul, I'll give you an hour extra for you to run. I hope he's raining under the rain. Running under the
Well,
rain, rather.
That didn't
Anyway.
happen.
One of the big shit that I love to cover in the show is your genesis, your birth of how you got into being creative. As I mentioned earlier, early on, bro, you're one of the few. Kasi ako parang admit this. Growing up, especially in our era, creativity wasn't as what would you say, like a profitable or like a career thing you choose off the bat. Diba? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's no kasi ngayon there's like graphic school for gaming.
Yeah.
Na lang comic school. Alam mo yun, comic book creation or creative courses. These weren't really available. Diba? Am I wrong in saying that? That's why you took film, motherfucker. Diba? You didn't take up film off the bat. You get what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's true. That's
you get
true.
what I mean? It's only after the 2000s when that's why I keep telling these kids, ina swerte nyo that you have this. Because one of my cousins is fucking taking up computer gaming, creating computer games. I'm like, what the? There's a course for that shit. That's like So when we met and I learned that you were doing this, out of your own pocket and out of your own shit, and of course support ng magulang and all this. But you were one of the first, bro. Before I ever, naalala mo yung panel na yun, diba? That guy in the room. I was looking.
Yeah, I still have that. I think I have that. I remember that.
Never, ever. You were the first. Those were the first storyboards I've seen made by a person that I know. I shit you not. And now it's what
nasa DeviantArt pa yata yun.
Talaga? Can we check it
I don't know. I don't have my account na yata. I'll check it right now, but I'm not sure.
Share screen.
Anyway. Thanks for that. But you're right. Kasi at that time, I think 90s to 2000s, it's things weren't as accessible now. Now kasi you can easily buy a mirrorless camera, you can shoot. There's YouTube for all your tutorials for editing.
Yeah.
So it was a different grind back then. So
We were
You know, you're
the camera phones weren't even a thing. As you said, 5110s, pare, di ba?
yeah, I didn't have a phone back then.
Uh,
But even further, because I was grade 6. It was 1995, I think.
okay.
I
Yan ang
watched
gusto ko kwento.
Jurassic. Yeah, I watched. I remember watching Jurassic Park, and then that was 1993, and knowing deep in my heart that I wanted to do visual effects and film. And then fast forward to like 6 months later, my late brother-in-law parang got into this media company wherein he had access to all the Adobe Premiere and stuff like that. So he brought home some copies, original copies, and I literally would read the manual cover to cover, and I learned Adobe
Nerd.
Premiere 4.2. Yeah, super, super, super. Habang jumajabs pa yun, I can remember that. I remember that. I kid you not. And then that's where it started, and I learned graphic, visual effects, everything.
Grade 6?
Yeah, dude. I was using a 486. It was a really, really old
Adobe meron nun?
4.1, 4. Adobe Premiere 4.2, and I think the Photoshop was 2 point something. Diskette pa yung gamit ko nun. So it was that early. And people weren't even familiar what Adobe was. Ngayon kasi it's like ano na, di ba? Parang household term. Ano na nga siya. Pero back then, it wasn't.
Coleman
and
Coleman. You know how
yun, parang ganun. Colgate, yeah.
Dati
Adobo Photoshop, ganun pala. Ngayon iba na, 'di ba? Iba na siya. So that was the grind, and then I was doing it. That was my I hate this term. That was my side hustle. While I was going through high school, I was doing that at night, and then there were times I would even
What would you shoot?
Nothing. I would just edit. I'd download whatever was available. I remember there was a resource for Highlander clips, as in the Highlander TV series, and I would download that and just try to edit. Yes, yun. So I would edit that, and that was it. And then the others were 3D.
Wait. 96. This is fucking dial up. Paano ka nakaka-download ng videos? How would you download videos?
I would leave it overnight. Downloading.
See,
and then
again, kids, you are fucking lucky, man. Shit.
And what I would do pare, I remember this, I would, kasi pag dial-up, it's busy, di ba?
Of course.
So I would make sure, para hindi siya mag-fail, to make sure it didn't fail, I would even call the house and see if it's busy. Tapos pag hindi siya busy, shit, I have nothing to look forward to later when I get home. But that was how I was doing it, man. And I remember in high school when I was graduating, that's the time na nagkaroon ng multimedia arts in Benilde. I was planning to join as part of the very, very first batch of MMA. And I asked my mom, I had two interests back then. One is I do multimedia, as it was called back then, or mag-PMA
Wait, sorry,
ako.
rewind, bro. You say it's a side hustle. Were you editing other videos? As in, were you earning money?
No. No, I was going through high school.
Okay, akala ko, sabi mo, when you say side hustle, I thought it was like something you were earning from on the side.
I was earning my grades, man.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was a deal. And then nung fourth year, I asked my mom. I think only a few people know this. I asked her. I wanted to go to MMA or PMA kasi gusto magsundalo before eh. So of course my mom was like, no, go to multimedia arts. But I got into UANP also. So my plan was at UANP I wanted to go to IT, but they didn't accept me. I got into comm though, but the rest is history, man. So that's how it began. Everything started talaga. I was just trying to teach myself everything. There's no YouTube back then, so I'd buy books, I'd buy tutorials. There's also a resource for 3D models of all Star Wars ships, from your Lambda class to your your home one, to your Nebulon B. I downloaded them.
Yeah, I'm showing his. What was a Nebulon B? I know the Venator.
The frigate.
Which one?
The yung parang siyang gun na inverted.
Yeah.
There was yun. So yeah, so yun. So it was in the last shot of Empire. Dun ni-repair yung hand ni.
Where would you get to download these things?
There was a Star Wars Modeling Alliance. SWMA, I remember this. And you go to
Uh,
swma.com and you download the mesh, the 3D mesh. Pare, wild.
saan mo siya
So that
open?
was
What would you use to open it with?
I had that's the thing. One
Diba?
thing I had a lot of were pirated software scare of Brashear. Brashear back
Of
then had carried
course.
pa the
Of
diba?
course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they had 3D Studio Max. That was my main thing. I had the 3D Studio Max, and then I went to Lightwave, Soft Image, Maya. I went through all of them before finally deciding na ayoko na.
Hirap.
ayoko nun.
Lightwave
Hirap,
is so
pare.
much easier than 3D Studio. 3D Studio for me is a bit. It's like a mathematical fucking program more than it is like a. Because I'm you know me I'm
You
a
think?
I draw more than I.
Yeah. I haven't seen one. I haven't opened one in so long. It's just, but my
ZBrush.
favorite was the Soft Image.
Okay.
A ZBrush, yeah, I heard of
I love
ZBrush.
ZBrush now. That's what I use.
Well, I was out of it na by then. So,
And then
yeah, that's how it began.
what was the first? Okay, so you graduate com, but before graduating com, did you ever produce anything like a short video that got you? What was that? That first step into the world? Because alam
I
ko
think-
hobbyist, madami kang shit na all these stories to play with. But what was the first?
Yeah.
Sana dilat, pero alam ko by that time marami kang produce.
No, I think I had small stuff lang, mga school projects, but I forgot to add kasi I started my my company Burnwater in 1998. So that was high school. So high school yun. I thought of the name Burnwater. I started dabbling into it 96, 95, 96, but
When you say
grade 6 yun.
okay. When you say start
But
the
high
company, did you the paperwork or was it just like
Not yet. But it was already it was a personal brand already for everything that I was doing.
I never got to ask you this. Sorry if I'm cutting you off. Burnwater. What was the story behind that? Bakit Burnwater?
Why the name?
Yes.
There I had a friend, ano to, MIRC. And then,
Nerd.
yeah,
ASL.
man.
No, I was on
So,
that too. To those who
ASL
don't know,
pa.
to the kids nowadays, when the internet was popular back then, MIRC was as a chat room where you would fucking meet people, eyeball, may mga ganyan pang bullshit. Anyway.
Yeah, because there was no social media back then,
No
diba? It's
social-
MIRC
no
lang.
Friendster was it its infancy?
No,
even?
not
Wala
even.
pa.
I don't think it's I don't think it's even there yet. Wala pang Yahoo Messenger. There's just ICQ.
Wala pa. Shit, mga
Diba?
natin, ano? And,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
and then so your friend in MIRC.
Oh, because you had nicknames, right? So
Yeah.
you had your own, and then my friend, her name's Patty. She's from Poveda, and then she came in
Patty.
Galutera, and then
Okay.
she came in and the chat room, and then her username. No, I don't think it was the idea. Para mayroon pang isa yun. Her username was Burnwater. It came from a song, from a hard, heavy metal song that I don't know which one it was. And then I said, "Oh, I really love that." And then I asked her, "Can I use it for my company?" This was 1998, and she knows this until now. And then that's where it started. Birdwater carried over ever since until now. So 20 years, 22 years later, it's still there. So pretty cool, no?
Yeah, dude. I never got to
Yeah,
ask you
so-
that, but I just remember I really love the name because it for me. And I never told you this, but it was inspiring in that I knew that it was going to do the impossible because you can't really burn water.
Thanks,
in
man.
my head.
Yeah,
in my
that's
head.
true.
So
Yeah.
I'm with a guy who's as crazy as I am, willing to do all this shit. So,
But you have to, you can only imagine all yung parang the comic relief na calls from clients. Like, ano yung brain water? Brain? Or may mga mag-comment, burn water? Eh di steam kayo, ba't di nilang steam yung pangalan nyo? Meron na po. Meron na po.
philosopher.
Yeah, but yeah, that's... diba?
So what was the first
Parang,
client?
that
What was
joke,
the
that
first
joke.
client?
Okay.
Or-
My first client, burn water.
So college, wala.
Man.
In the 4 years of college, wala. Wala pa.
College meron because but I had clients then pero they were individuals, whether magpapa-edit ng debut video or a 3D animation for their architectural class, no, na CAD gagawin ko. But officially, I think it'd be malaki, Citibank agad kami. That was our first huge client that forced us to actually, register ourselves as a company.
Which
and
was around what
yeah,
year?
that 2002 probably.
So college,
So, I
kumikita ka na
graduate-
talaga.
Yeah, oh, I was working my way through college. Nah, I'm not.
Ulul.
No, but I was.
As much as that sob
Like, para
story
sa
would be
tuition.
a cool thing, I would be the first one to say to call bullshit on that. Because
You know, we come from very humble beginnings,
utang
man,
ina
and
yan,
you know,
Valle 3, di ba?
again, no, don't say it on there. And
I know,
then,
I'm trying to remember the street na. Radish?
oh, pare,
Radish? Tama?
shit, man. There's only one radish in this country, so basically giving away
So,
my
pero tama
my
ako, di
ground
ba?
zero.
Tama ako, di ba? Tama ako? I won't
I
give the
think so.
number,
I
pero...
think so. I'm not sure,
Anyway,
but
tapos.
yeah,
So,
but
did you
yeah,
graduate at the
there.
same time I
No, no,
did,
yeah,
right?
that's it.
2004.
Yeah, I was delayed by a year because I failed Filipino twice, man.
Tangina, kakahiya ka. Filipino.
Diba? Solid, no? Gusto ko na nga mag ano eh. No, ito sa struggle talaga. Tapos gusto ko na mag NFS eh, non-Filipino speaking. Tapos parang sa akin, yabang mo naman.
Feeling mo. Kasi, okay,
Mag-NFS ka pa, di ba?
In UAP,
Parang
we had
feeling
like
mo foreign.
the NFS are for the foreigners who don't really speak fucking Filipino, di ba? Ulul.
Yeah, Guevara is Portuguese, by the way. Guevara is Portuguese. 1R, that's Portuguese. So, you know, I come from humble beginnings in,
Humble beginnings,
you know, in
kumukha mo,
Lisbon.
di ako maniniwala
Sorry.
dyan. So when you say us, how did you get your team of Sina Randy? I'm guessing this was Sina Randy at the time, right? Di pa. Hello?
Who started doing it with me was I don't know if you know it, Chum was the first one. My best friend, si Chum, helped me with it, and there's another guy, Elber Cruz, and then we were just dealing with editing and everything, and then it started to get bigger.
Mhm.
Now the second sila Randy, and then tuloy-tuloy na. So, you know, honestly, right now, Burn Water has taken a different form, no? In as much as I call it, you know, my baby pa rin, there was a sort of informal handover back in, I think, 2008 when I decided to pursue film more religiously, I would say. Parang I told sila, Carlos, or yours, and it's your dream now. Because in all humility, and I will say this, and I think just to be serious for a bit, no, one thing that we're all clamoring for is that you know, you chase after your dream, diba? You work hard, you know, if you put your mind into it, you get it. But what happens when you do achieve it? You do reach it. What happens after? You know, the rainbow, and it's something that it escapes your mind. Eh. So, hindi, I'm happy because I achieved na. You know, I wanted Burn Water to be a formal company with 20, you know, 15 people at the very least, and then, you know, doing this. But what happens after? Diba? What happens when the happily ever after actually happens? What happens after that? So there was a sort of parang I was trying to look for what the next thing that I'm going to do.
Wait, sorry, bro.
Kasi syempre, once you've achieved it, you could.
I know.
Yeah.
Before we get to the after, I want to build up to when you get to do that, to get there first. You get what I mean? What that
Sure,
is.
man. Yeah, of course.
So, company, sorry bro, chronological, para may konting order.
Right? No, go lang.
Diba? So, set up the company. Citibank is a big client first, right? And then, because I'm sure those are like commercial stuff that you're not super interested. That's not super your goal to produce. What was your first dream project that Burn Water was like? And you said like, God damn, that was a hill. I'm happy that we achieved that. You get what I mean? Because fast forward ka na to handing it over, di pa natin na-establish kung gaano ka astig yung nagawa mo. So I want to go back to...
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
I think, you know what, that's a good question. But I think the case with me was...
Okay.
I think the case with me was I was not focused on a particular project. My focus was the act of creating something tangible. So for me, when I was able to create Burn Water into the form that it was back then, that was the achievement for me. In the same way, let me illustrate this further. No? When I do my vlogs right now, no. Okay. And in as much as all these,
don't worry, nakalista yan, bro.
and as much as as all those videos are great, no, I love doing them. It was having that channel per se that was the achievement for me. So parang I can't. It's hard for me to pinpoint which was the first na. Even if Citibank was a corporate client, no, and I was a suit for that one, it was still part and parcel of the whole thing. So I cannot. Hirap eh. It's hard to identify which particular project it was because it was all steps to something bigger.
What I get, fuck it, I'll get into specifics. Like for example, I know that Dilat was your first music video, right?
Yes, that was the first music video. Yeah.
And get into that. Let's tell the story of like the crazy nights we spent fucking up doing that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then segmenting into eventually into the womb, diba? And how that fucking happened.
Yeah.
Ayaw mo na isipin yun.
Hindi naman.
Is that too
parang no naman. But I think kasi every single project prepares you for the next one.
Okay.
Right? So when I did Dilat, I had to do Dilat in retrospect. From the view of the fates, I had to do Dilat so that I could do at the womb. I had to do at the womb so that I could do. Right? So it was sort of like it's growth eh. So if anything kasi I'm really happy with the journey of how things sort of evolved as it went on. But it's hard for me to identify a particular project wherein I fully, finally did this project and it's great. But kasi even in directing I don't have one eh. Like, I finally did the zombie. I finally did the ganyan. I finally did the ganyan. It's not it's accumulative for me rather than a particular piece, no?
Okay.
So yeah, I think sorry man, it's hard for me to pick one.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not. Maybe you're looking at it through the lens of me asking you to play favorites. That's not what I'm asking because I know that can be hard. But what I'm asking is like specific projects that you were proud of. Like for example, At the Womb was your first series, and then what was your first film? That will be my next question. Have you finished? You get what I mean? Like, what was? Have you finished the film ever?
No, because I realized through directing commercials that I'm not for long form. I work better with short form.
Pang short time ka lang.
Sige, so if in that case, yun. Quick.
Short time. Oh.
Yun lang tayo. So yeah, so Dilat was my first music video, definitely. So that one, that you have to put that one in, and then I guess my first full TV commercial, which I can't remember for the life of me. Being able to do the zombie thing, which was visual
effects.
What was
the zombie thing?
And everything.
For example, I've never heard of that. What's the zombie?
That was the outbreak, the first outbreak video that I did. That was really fun to do. I had full control of that. And then
can we check that out? Where can we check that out?
Oh yeah, for sure. If you head on over to YouTube and you want me to share screen or something?
Sige, share screen. I want to see it.
Wait lang. Hanapin muna natin bago tayo mag-share screen. Baka may iba pa sila makita.
Easy lang.
Outbreak.
Talaga? Tell the folks what the story of the outbreak was. It was a marathon, right? Or was it
yeah, it was a run. It was a thematic run wherein zombies were chasing you, and where zombies were chasing you, and we had to sort of produce a video to tease it. I think I can even share the. I can share the audio of this. Let me try.
Was this a personal project, a self funded project, or was it sponsored by someone?
Was it sponsored by someone? There was actually a company that did the run. So yeah, that was what was happening, and they just asked me to produce a teaser video, and it became a series of runs, no, marathons. And then what happened was when I was directing each video, I started treating it like a parang game cut scenes, no? So you have the levels which are the actual runs, and then my videos are like cut scenes for that. So let me share the. Oh, I can't. You're disabled attendee screen sharing.
Huh? Hindi kaya.
Yeah.
Saan yun?
Yeah, it's not a democracy in this Zoom chat.
Sorry, of course not. Dude, I do this all the time. How do I fix that? Hindi kaya, you
I
can
think
share.
no. I think you have to go to there are settings, or you think that you can do it.
Bento ka. Willie always
Meron
shares
yan.
shit. Saan?
I think it's meeting or preferences.
Fuck, man. I can't see shit. Allowed to share. Are you sure? More. Uh, shit, bro. I can't figure it out. Sorry.
Right. So you can just check it out if you want.
I'll type
You
it.
can go
What do
ahead.
I type?
Yeah. Go to YouTube and look for. Here. I'll type the link. I'll share
Okay.
the link with you. It's here in the chat.
Send me on
There we
Facebook
go.
para makita ko.
Sorry. Na-send ko na sa ano.
Saan?
Zoom.
Dude, I'm so not used. I've been using Zoom for the past couple of fucking months. But
Hindi mo alam na may chat sa Zoom?
Hindi. Alam ko share screen.
Ayan. Meron.
There you go. No, there you go. I saw the chat. I don't understand why I can't. Ayan. Wait. I want. There's pelikula.
You gotta share
pa
this.
pala. No. Wait. Pag ano kasi. Wait.
Lolo, kailangan niyo po i-share screen.
I know. Relax. Nalilito ako. Pressure. Fuck it. This is the teaser.
That's the trailer, yeah. Hindi siya naka-share, so no one can see it.
People can see it. Pero ikaw.
Oh yeah, I can't see it. Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, bro. Kasi pag share screen, nag-hang yun. Or pwede naman.
Yeah, sige, okay lang. It's fine. That's one thing also, I don't like seeing my work again. Like over and over.
Still? Outbreak until Santa Rosa to.
Yeah.
Ay, ang dami mong sponsor eh. Tanginang yan.
No, it is nga. It's by a company called, there was an Outbreak company then. So they hired me to be a director for that. So yeah, that was fun though. I think that's one of my favorite projects also.
Pelikula TV. Tapos, I never got to ask you this too. When was Pelikula TV separate from Burn Water? Yun, hindi ko
2008. So that was when I started that. Yun yung handover. I handed over.
Now we can get it. You handed it over
to Carlo and to Quicks. Quicks was a big deal now in diba? In making toys. If you haven't heard.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So he's a big name now with that. And then Randy and Dodong. So parang I let them handle that, and I started doing pelikula, which at that time was the first internet television in the country. But it was ahead of its time. So I was thinking a lot of my friends now are saying
2012?
No, 08 para.
08, okay.
Tagal na nun. And then now parang when my friends would bring it up, they're like, now it would be, the perfect time to have pelikula. Well,
exactly.
8 years later.
Always ahead of the curve. I mean,
no, 12 years later. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe 2008 eh. 2020 na.
So what happened? What happened with pelikula was what shit did you produce for Pelikula TV?
Oh, we had a lot of shows back then. We had Alive at the Womb, which was co-produced with Louis Talan, and then
shout out to Louis.
I haven't seen that guy in so long. And we had we had story films. We had I can't remember all the other films. But still, what the idea was, we were like a TV channel, but it was online, and then we had seasons and episodes also, which is basically how everything's running and gunning right now, diba? But I have to say though that being able to do that right now with my own channel on YouTube, and I'm not plugging this, but
you will plug that. We'll get to that. But babalik to Pelikula. Pelikula TV is also on YouTube. Was it, diba?
No, it had its own site.
So you had to pay for that shit. Tama?
Yeah, we had. We were the first to stream HD. We were the first to sabay pa kami ni YouTube back then and nag-HD. And but I realized that I had to do pelikula also in order to be able to do the stuff I'm doing now.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Pelikula muna.
Yeah.
So with pelikula, you set up. I'm sure kasi ako, even just applying for your own fucking recibo, your own receipts as an artist is a fucking hassle. So how did you manage all that paperwork and shit? Syempre, you had your own runners for that?
For pelikula, yeah. But for Burnwater, no. For Burnwater, I was the one going to the fire station. You have to do it. Pero for us kasi, even now, we try to ingrain that in the people who join Burnwater. You have to go through that because we all did. No, so if you have to go to ASC, Ad Service Council, Ad Standards Council, sorry, you go there and pila ka and everything because you have to go through that. So you have to appreciate, what your work is all about.
So after pelikula, is it still up or what?
No. I think 2008 and then 2010 we tried to continue it by 2012 we became a production house na lang talaga. So yun na prod house na talaga siya. TVCs, online videos. Pelikula then became a proof of concept and naging a full blast na ako. Television commercial director, which I enjoyed a lot.
A lot. Like for example, when you this is 2012. So pelikula production,
something like that, yeah.
Production house.
Parang ganun, production house na siya.
So
we were at Burnwater, no, it's still there.
I know,
visual design
sa'yo,
and social
you
media.
handed it over. So pelikula was the focus. And then do you pick up Burnwater afterwards?
I was still part of Burnwater. Don't get me wrong. I was still handling top management, I guess, tasks. No,
Saan ang office nila nun?
They moved from our house, from our studio.
Sorry, and commercial. I love what I won't forget are your fucking Wacom tablets na malalaki. Back in the day before.
Yeah.
Because now that was like top of the line. Into was large, right? That was the Intuos.
Something like that, yeah. Parang rarely ka makakita nun before.
Exactly.
Everyone has it.
Everyone has. No, now it's everyone like the fucking screen tablets, which I should.
Yeah, the Cintiq.
I want to get one. I still don't. Can you imagine? I still don't own one. I own the Intuos, but not the. Pero you had the large, di ba? In-order mo pa yun, bro. I remember.
Oh, I think so. And I went through a lot. As in, bili, tas benta. So now I still have one. And I just use it for retouching. So it's just, But yeah.
So they moved office
to right in front of UNP, Pearl Plaza.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, and they've been there ever since. 3 offices, but I'm not sure what's going to happen now because of the pandemic. No, because we're all working from home. We're trying to explore the whole working from home permanently thing. I think that's a good idea. So so creativity.
Rewind. Darating tayo dyan, bro. So I'm sorry if I wanna. It's like also me catching up with you after all these fucking years, bro.
Sure, man.
So after pelikula, Burnwater, and then. That's 2012. So what's after 2012? What do you start producing?
2015, I closed down pelikula for good.
Okay.
And I joined Indigo as a director na talaga. So Indigo is founded by the legend Direk Jun Reyes and worked with them for until 2017. And it was only
producing commercials.
Commercials na yun. But during the whole time, since 2014, this is not really going back, but 2014 kasi, while I was still with pelikula, we were asked by WWF to produce a documentary about Tubataha. And,
World Wrestling Federation? I'm kidding.
Diba? And then, that's why they changed to WWE, because it was diba, repeatedly confused with World Wildlife Fund. And they asked me to do a documentary on Tubataha and, coal.
What's Tubataha?
So I started... Okay. Tubataha is the gem of diving in the Philippines. No, it's a spot I think 8 hours away from Puerto Princesa.
Yes.
And you spend 7 days there. There's no
I
landmass
love Puerto
whatsoever.
Princesa. Just Palawan. That's di ba Palawan?
Diba? Yeah, so you take a boat
Shout out to Juan
in
Manalo, my
Palawan.
favorite place there. I used to get assigned there every month. I was there every month
Talaga?
when I was with Ian.
Talaga?
Yeah, Juan
Wow.
Manalo. You know where late lang ng Puerto Princesa. That's
One
where.
Manalo Place?
Yes. Love
Yung
that
may
place.
nuwat thai?
Yes. But alam mo yung nuwat tayo.
Kasi every time after magtubataha dun kami.
Yeah.
Kasi
Juan
nakakapagod
Manalo,
mag-dive for 7
their
days.
fucking pool there. It's fucking one of the
Yeah.
best heated pools ever. And plus they got this fucking like a what do you call that? Pag may mga maliliit na squares that create a picture. What do you call that?
Pixels?
No, pixels. Hindi. Not montage. Like a
Small picture? Neoprene? What?
hindi. Yung mga maliliit na squares that create a picture. What do you call that shit? Is it a montage? Like a anyway, but they have this fucking huge
A mosaic?
mosaic. Thank you, montage. Like a mosaic of fucking tiles. My brain is not completely awake.
Wow, mosaic. I haven't heard that. Oy!
Mosaic. Yeah.
On
Anyway,
the spot mosaic contest in grade school. Okay. Oh.
tapos paano ka na? So that's what got you into fucking diving. Because I've been seeing a lot of wong na addict eh. You got into that like deep.
Yeah, when I hit the water and saw everything, it just opened my eyes to what's a bit more important, at least for me, no. And it parang puts everything into perspective that I work so hard, like probably 48 hours for these TVCs, and then
Yes.
to what end? And then so I started bringing a camera underwater, and that's when it all started. So I quit directing completely in 2017 and focused on being what I am today, which is a conservation and wildlife photographer and filmmaker. So I think, if you look at that, we've gone through the whole tapestry of my journey. Everything sort of worked to bring me here. If I didn't learn how to direct or produce or take photos or visual effects or learn Photoshop when I was small, or Adobe Premiere even, I won't be here doing what I'm doing. So
Exactly.
para
That's
siyang
what I want.
diba? So that's what I focus on now, and I think I think it's good because it's bigger than me, and not to make things a bit serious, but you earn more, of course, if you're a director. But
that's what I was going to get into. I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
Diba? But there is an altruistic side to it when you see your work actually having an impact in in environments, coastal communities, even it has that effect, and parang okay, I'm really leaving a mark in this world, not just a TVC that airs for like a week and then it's gone. So if you compare it, maybe it's me getting older probably, but it's more exciting for me. Of course, nothing's cooler for me at least than diving with sharks or photographing sharks now, real world stuff.
Isa pa yun, bro. I wanted to ask you that. You keep on posting about sharks not being this evil shit that we see,
Yeah, for sure.
Because you parang kulang na lang, oh, cute sharky, parang ganun ka. You're like I mean, can you open like my eyes? I mean, I get it through your posts. God honest truth, through your posts. Really, they're not these demons.
Yeah,
that are out to eat you.
That exact thing that you just said, which is really that is the objective. That is the purpose of my post, my photo. So if you're telling me that, then great job, Noel. Your advocacy is working.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Exactly,
my photos,
not to suck dick or anything, but it's the truth. Up to now, I think that if I see that fucking thing that's bigger than me in this water, that's gonna eat me. Hindi ganon?
No, it's not like it's not cut and dry like that, no. But my purpose.
You, won't they? Right.
I would say the chances are, ganito na lang. Let's put it in numbers, man.
Okay,
let's put it in numbers. I'm a numbers person, and I recently went on air also with James Deacon recently, and I gave him these numbers.
Name drop.
El Fajardo.
I'm breaking
Name drop. Mas mabigat yun, pare. Mic drop yan. Okay.
Sorry.
Mic drop yan. Okay, so let me you have this perception of sharks, no? And then how much of a danger they are to swimmers, to surfers and everything. Can you give me an approximate guess of how many people actually die, are fatally killed through encounters with sharks?
Okay,
Make a guess.
do you have
Around
a
the
number?
world.
I have a number in my head, but do you have a
I
specific,
ha-
like a true
yeah,
number?
yeah, I have a number. Yeah, I have
I
an
would
actual number.
say, if I were to guess, 65%.
What's
Taas.
65%? No, no, no.
65%.
Let's check. What is the Gato? To illustrate it further, I'm gonna search right now, no. What is the population of the Earth?
No.
Uh
Hindi. Shark encounter. Okay, out of 100% of shark encounters.
no. I want an actual number. How many people do you think die from shark encounters on a yearly basis?
No. Out of shark encounters. Kasi, di ba, let's say, on a yearly basis, let's
No,
say...
cost by. Ganun na, cost by. Because there are 7.8 billion people on the planet right
Exactly.
now. How many people do you think die caused
No,
by
but
shark
you have to
encounters?
you have to cut it down to how many people are in the water to begin with. You get
Correct.
what I mean? So,
Yeah,
that
correct.
so, yun lang yung base mo. So, your base should be how many, let's say, of the 100% of shark encounters, how many of them are lethal? I think that's a better question. Diba?
No, kasi there's an actual number. Kasi there is also an actual number, which I will illustrate later. It's like saying, how many people die from car accidents? Oh, 400,000 a year. Parang ganun. So here, how many people die of shark encounters? So give me a guess. Your best guess, the best pa El Fajardo guess.
Shit. Hindi pwedeng percentage.
No.
How many, out
give
of
me a
7
number.
billion people, how many in a year?
In a year, yeah.
127,000. I don't know.
127,000. How many people are killed by sharks a year? I'm gonna search now.
Go.
Sharks.
That's us.
Every year.
Super.
Because I want to confirm if it's still the number.
What's your number in your head first? 2?
No, because last year it was 20. Less than 20 or 15.
Wow.
That is how many are actually killed by sharks every
Killed
year.
or attacked? Attacked lang kasi some people don't die but they got their fucking arm chewed off. Diba?
No, there are no, we don't call them attacks kasi we call them encounters. Because sharks rarely, if any, actually attack people.
Really? Oh, yun
Yes.
na lang.
Now here's the thing.
100%. Ilan percent kanya atakihin?
And there are no dangerous sharks, there are only dangerous situations. That's what they taught us. And that's true. So, no, I'm not trying to sidestep the answer. But
I know. I love
Let me give you a comparison. How many sharks are killed by people every year?
Oh, shit. 127,000. I don't know how many. What's the number?
150 million every year. That is how. So that's the first question. I start my presentations with that. 20, less than 20, 150 million. So who are the real monsters now?
No,
that is the first.
It's given. Humanity is the virus of this fucking world, right? We know that. We're the only people who kill our own species and all that bullshit. Pero
yeah, definitely.
So shark part is part of your job. I know it's awareness, but are sharks a big portion of that?
Sharks, yes, because I love the idea of representing the underdog or the misunderstood. Yeah. And to be honest, I think I can relate because I feel like I've been misunderstood as a person for the longest time since I was a kid. No shitting you.
Yeah.
Diba? And yeah, because when I take these photos of sharks, if you go on my Instagram or go whatever that I post, and you see these photos of them up close. Mm-hmm. You don't know how much time went into an effort trying to get that photo na ganun kalapit.
Sure.
So I have to hide behind corals. I have to wait until the last moment that they're up. I have to hold my breath because otherwise sharks are very skittish. They are very skittish.
Okay.
They are also
in a situation where you're there and the shark is there. Who is more afraid of who? Who?
Let's just say if I see a shark, I would go. Yeah, usually they'll go away.
Really?
Because we are not the natural diet of sharks. Sharks, the bigger sharks, and I'm talking about the bigger sharks. So when you see sharks like you're swimming out on the reef, tapisaw ka sa Boracay, you see those ones.
Wala yun.
Those are called reef sharks, and they can get big. But the moment you see them, wala na, alis na yan. But the more nomadic sharks, like the tiger sharks, no,
Do we have
the
these
ocean.
here in the
We have
Philippines?
tiger sharks here, bull sharks, whites. You can
We
actually
have
swim with them.
whites. We have
Yeah,
whites.
they pass here. They pass here
Where?
also.
Where?
Well, one beach in Batangas, so that's
Which
one.
one? Anilao?
Somewhere I forget.
Because
We have orcas here, man.
really, you've seen them?
Yeah.
How deep do you have to go?
It depends. They usually the bigger ones they go up to the surface. They hunt. Yeah. Okay. Two things. First, we have 200 species of sharks in the Philippines, right? We have a lot, and you can
Wow.
only probably spot 10% of that in the wild. The other 90% you will only see them in the market because they're inaccessible to us. Kasi. And second, imagine the whole ocean as one big desert. Right? So you're looking for food, no?
Okay.
Hindi siya parang reef na maraming isda, 'di ba? So you're going in the water, you're like an oceanic whitetip or a bull shark or whatever. And you hear something splashing in the water, you will inspect it. So that is where usually the misconception happens. So it starts even. So you're splashing in the water, you're fishing, you're surfing, you're splashing. They hear it, they have to inspect it. Because there's no food, remember? So they go up, they expect it. But not all sharks have good eyesight.
Okay.
In South Africa, where a lot of people surf, no? Chances are, every time you surf with around 6 or 7 great whites. You just don't see them. It's a proven fact. That's why nakakatawa na in the world
Can
only...
you say that again? When you see them?
You don't see them. You're surfing, you have 6, 7 great whites in the water. You just don't know it. Because they're not hunting for us. Right? Because these big sharks need a lot of fat for them, for energy. And they get these from mackerel, from seals. Dude, pag kinagat tayo, para tayong, diba? Wala tayo. So how do you explain the shark encounters? Let's not rule out the fact, of course, na these sharks are actually, they're predators, diba? Apex predators, and you have to treat them with respect. But more often than not, they are chance encounters kasi. You're surfing, malabo tubig, right? A shark sees you and thinks you're a seal. Right? Right? So, sobrang labo ng paningin niya. So, pag lumapit siya, the first thing they will do kasi is bump you. They have receptors in their snout. They bump you. Right? Pag binump ka nila, this is not prey. They'll usually go away. But in a surfing situation, even if they bump you, they can't tell. So since they also don't have hands, the next thing they will do is they will do what you call an exploratory bite. That's how they can tell. Yeah, they can tell. Uy, di ba? You should know this. So, nibble. So pagkagat nila, they realize that we're not, that fatty type of prey and that we're skin and bones. They let go. But for these surfers, that bite from a big ass shark is lethal. Yeah, tanggal, you bleed to death. So that's how they die. So mostly, these attacks aren't what you call, hindi fully consumed yung tao. Nakagat lang tapos namatay na lose. Because they realize, oh no, that's not my ano. But there, of course, there are some na talagang, in-attack sila. But I've seen people snorkeling with great whites, diving with great whites outside the cage. So I've seen tiger sharks, and it's so hard to get close to them.
Personally?
No, not me. Not here. But siguro if I go to Mexico and do a cage dive, I would. But I would want to get out of the cage.
There are great whites here.
Yeah, but they're not like, you'll see them every time. Sharks they're so fished out that it's hard to see sharks talaga.
How deep do you have to be to see like a big one?
Oh, not even deep because they go up to the surface, isn't it?
Which is how deep? Because the deepest I've gone, and personally, because I have an ear problem, scuba diving does not agree with me. I tried it. Again, Puerto Princesa was one of my areas. So was Batangas. Yeah. So I was around all these beaches when I was with PM. And I tried it. Even imagining it now, I can feel the deafness in my ear.
You can feel it, no?
Yeah. Hindi kaya ng tenga ko. But
yeah, that's tough.
The deepest I got was like 40 to 60.
Bakit?
Malalim yun Di ba?
Yung alin? Sorry?
40?
Yeah,
But
like feet.
oh, ah, tama, mababaw, di ba? That's
Mababaw yun.
starting
Well,
dive ka.
wait, for
Entry
scuba,
dive
for
ka.
scuba.
Scuba,
Oh, okay
scuba
naman.
na, hindi yun
Yeah, but
snorkel, bro. Nakano na ako, not here. Ito, and the ganon, di ba? This is okay, this is go
may
up.
salbabida ka pa. Oh, yeah, okay.
So anyway, it was hard. So how deep have you
Well,
gone?
you can see, well, to be, since this is an actual, this is live, no, on your broadcast, I would have to say I go to a respectable, approved level of 35 meters. That's usually how deep I go.
But the truth, fucking tell me the truth.
I can't say that, man.
Bakit?
I can't say how deep.
So when you go deeper, it becomes what, illegal? What?
No naman, pero syempre, you have to have the training for that. And you try not to encourage people to go that deep if they haven't been, it's dangerous. Eh. It's hard. One thing I realized about underwater photography is because you're thinking about so many things at the same time. You're thinking about your camera, your lighting, your air, how deep you are,
Exactly.
right? And then the currents, the light from the sun.
Exactly.
You're thinking about so many things that I think that's what makes it exciting, for me, and having a cause for it, an advocacy for it, just makes it all worth it even more. So that's why I'm here doing what I do.
Nice.
And not doing what I used to do. So
which brings me to my next question, bro. So now that you're doing what you do you still have that itch to produce something in the geek sphere, like a sci-fi film, or do you still have that in you, or your total focus right now is on the, like, if I ask you about Star Wars, are you still into that, or hindi na rin masyado? How much of the geek is still in you? Is my question.
Oh, but I'm still an avid gamer, if anything. No, I'm a big. I think it converted
just to bring it back to the theme, kasi.
Right, of course. So I'm an avid gamer, but I only pick games kasi that are, I would say, realistic. Of course, you have your, like, for example, I don't play World of Warcraft, but I play, let's say, all Assassin's Creed because it's history, diba?
Yeah.
So I'm a big nut
too. A big history nut.
Yeah. So I'm a big history nut, and usually that's what happens, and that's where my geek is. And I'm also a World War II, guy, aficionado, and I do airsoft pa rin. I went back to it. That's how much of a geek I am. To be honest, na-disillusion ako kasi with what happened with the latest set of Star Wars films.
Films. Yeah.
That was tough for me to sort of digest.
As for a lot of people.
Diba?
Yeah.
So it was tough, and I might get burned for this, but I actually I like Last Jedi. I hated.
You like Last Jedi?
Yeah, surprisingly, I did.
Me too.
Not for the inconsistencies, but more because it tried to turn it in a different direction.
Me too.
Of course, you have Mandalorian. You have Rogue One to really be the bar. But I always line up for the first showing, but I didn't even bother to watch the last one.
What?
Yeah, I didn't watch the last one. I didn't even care. I downloaded it in a movie screener pa, yung may tumatayo, and I didn't even watch it. I scrubbed through it. I was so disappointed.
You like Last Jedi?
In a way, I guess I like the treatment of it. I like but of course, I see what people are saying about the story holes, the plot holes. Yes, definitely. But I think if they went against the grain, parang they played it safe kasi binalik si Abrams. Parang I would have wanted to see how, from Rian Johnson to the next guy who was supposed to do it. I would have wanted to see a different treatment.
Colin Trevorrow was supposed to do it.
Yeah. Colin Trevorrow, there you go. So I wanted to see how it would work. And if you've seen Knives Out, it was amazing how these guys could tell stories also.
Honestly, when it comes to Rian Johnson, di ko lang gusto sa kanya is his arrogance when he kind of answers the questions, and especially, to everyone watching this who's seen our reviews, Ali hated fucking Last Jedi to bits. Ali P, who co-hosts with me, fucking talagang hate, because he's like a growing up Star Wars fan, but he's not as deep as us when it comes to the books. But Rise of Skywalker was okay. Give it a shot, bro. I mean, sa akin,
I'll try. Sige, I will give it one more try. But siyempre, I try to look past the films. Like, for example, I love the Rebels series. I absolutely love that. I love
Did you finish it?
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian is fucking awesome,
Uh,
bro.
and then Rebels di pa, may one season pa ako. Hindi
Ako
ko na,
rin,
hindi
ako
ko
rin.
na.
I'm also behind the season.
Yeah, but that was amazing. So there are those things that when they don't conform to the current parang sort of creative direction of Star Wars, that I find gems in it. Kasi I guess it's because the expanded universe that we had before had different writers also.
Yeah, no, but it had a through line, diba?
It did.
There's like a
They had a
trajectory.
continuity,
Yeah.
diba? There is. But there's a different interpretation, or maybe because since we were reading it, we had our own different interpretations, and it's hard. It's hard to compete with 20 years of how big was the break since Empire? Sorry, since Return of the Jedi until Episode 1. Haba, it's hard to live up to that mythologized parang kind of content that you have, that story. So you can't fault them naman the diba? And the fan culture can be very toxic.
Tell me about it. But
Diba?
for me, especially when we do, it gets the most hits when we do those reviews. But recently, I don't know if you've heard this, there's a movement that they will scrap the trilogy through the Veil of the Force, which I think they introduced in the last season of Rebels. Did you hear about this?
No, I haven't. I only know of the Skywalker na parang they
Rise of
want to retcon it.
What they're going to do is because the Veil of the Force is like a time travel mechanism that they introduced in Rebels. I haven't seen the last season of Rebels either, so I don't know this. But what it is basically like a time travel thing that you can use as like a reset device. So what they'll do, what the rumblings around the geek sphere is, they will use that shit to reset the what's this? The sequel trilogy. What are your thoughts on that shit, bro?
Maybe they should, honestly.
Should they?
Pati
Really? Di ba parang
prequel na rin kaya? Well, no, I guess yeah, touch move rin siya. So kung nandiyan na nandiyan na, wala ka na. Oo. Pero if you have we also have kasi a vision of what happens after Empire, after Endor kasi because of all the expanded universe.
Yeah.
So we are wanting something also. We have an expectation. I think that's what they were competing against. There was already an expanded universe.
Yes.
And then they tried to compete against that with DC films. And, it just didn't work. But surprisingly, it worked with the others, like the Rebels and the Mandalorian. And
Mandalorian's fucking awesome.
yeah, diba? So
I can't stop.
that was cool. I like how low key it was. Parang hindi siya it's not as a big in scope as the films themselves. So that was pretty cool. But I don't know. That was my.
It felt more like because they were practical, most of it, diba?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the dome that they built? Did you see the behind the
Yes. That was cool.
Wow.
Right? Galing
natural
yun.
lights through fucking screens
in
the back. Galing.
As in, galing. Wala nang green screen. Galing. Sobrang galing. That was cool.
That was fucking awesome.
I would love to shoot in a set like that. That was awesome.
Which brings me to another question. What would be your dream project if I were a genie right now and stepping outside of your I'm sorry, bro, what do you call your world?
From the conservation and everything.
Yeah, for conservation stuff.
No one has asked me that.
Just be creative, and if you, I refuse to believe that you don't have it in you. I'm sure you still have it in you. What would you produce if I were to be a genie? Which direction would you go? What would be that one wish for you to create, like out of your brain, out of your right? Take your time. It's cool, bro. Like, would it be Star Wars? Would it be superheroes? Would it be zombies? Would it be a book? Would it be a movie? Oh, wala. Masyado ka nasa tubig pa. Your brain is...
No. Of course not. No, okay. But...
Good. Good to hear that. I thought you were... No, I just want to conserve the environment. I would have been like, we're done. Think about it.
No,
let it marinate. I want to hear this. Dream project.
Okay, I think I probably probably something in somewhere in Lord of the Rings, probably actually.
Good.
I probably would do something in that, and One thing I've thought of, if I only could have it, if I had the I fit the requirements, I realized I could have wanted to become an actor
Yeah,
rather than a director. Parang I felt like,
really.
living those characters, being able to actually immerse yourself in that world is also something, and not have the problems of logistics and your world building. You just focus on
So you'd
but
rather be
yeah,
the actor than a fucking director? Really?
if I was given a choice, and if I was given the looks, and if I was given the talent to do it,
You
I
got the
probably
looks,
would
bitch.
do it.
Stop being a little
You
pogi mo
gotta be
kaya,
humble.
bro.
Gotta stay humble.
Uh,
But yeah, if I had the opportunity to do that, I probably would. I would try my hand as some guy who could, act in Star Wars or in because when you do airsoft, you're sort of technically, it's not, we call it reenactment, but it's not. It's like LARPing, to be honest, diba? You
LARPing?
put on LARPing, live action role playing,
Oh, okay.
because you put on uniforms of World War II and you
Yep.
start doing airsoft. You're not
Mhm.
reenacting a battle, right? Like the Battle of whatever Manila. So it's like LARPing, and I realized, oh shucks, I love this. I want to do this.
Mhm.
What if I could actually do it and be an actor? Be in Star Wars, be in. So I look up to those who could be in all of those, diba? Who
Mm.
That's
Like
pretty cool.
Oscar Isaac. Yes,
Something
sir.
like that. Yeah. Oh, so perfect.
That guy can fucking do shit.
Oh yeah,
Except
he can act. That
except
guy
for
can act.
Apocalypse, medyo nasayang siya kay Apocalypse.
Medyo.
Right?
Pero ang casting ngayon eh.
Parang
Medyo, yeah, yeah, yeah.
sama. I love him. I love Sucker Punch. You know, syempre, what's that? Ex Machina was also fucking.
Was he there? Ex
Oh,
Machina?
siya yung mad scientist, right?
I have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to watch it again. But yeah, there. I'd rather, if I had a project that I would work on, probably in Lord of the Rings, but not as director. I'd like to be
I did not
one of
see
the
that coming.
characters.
I did not see
Diba?
that.
I didn't also. I didn't also. I never.
Or did you
Dude, I would.
intentionally throw that as a curveball, bro?
No naman. Pero I never thought that I'd be hosting a live online talk show either.
All right.
Diba?
So
I never thought that I'd be vlogging as well.
that's
So,
true. That's
you
true.
know.
I'll
No,
talk
I'm
about
introverted kasi.
a little bit. A little bit. Ulul.
Diba? No, I am. I try to
You
avoid
are.
contact with people. I love dogs. Dogs don't talk back to you.
Wait. So right now you're doing this thing on YouTube also?
Yeah, that's especially kasi nga may pandemic, so I try to do everything on YouTube. So my gear reviews, my live talk shows as well are there. But
Who do you
also
get? Who do you
focus.
get on your talk show? When you say talk show, what's the topic? What's the scope?
It's called Behind the Shot. We just finished our first season of 23 episodes, and I invite visual storytellers to share their favorite shots and the stories behind them. So it was going for MWF 5 p.m. for since May, and
Nice.
we've done so much. Yeah, the people who I've been able to invite. Well, good pa rin ako. They actually agreed. So
At least they
so
agreed.
that was
But that's one of the things.
diba? Well, at least nga sila in-invite eh.
Ikaw
Diba?
nga, buti ka ikaw. Nakakaya naman sa hindi mo din ini-invite, bro.
Oo nga, ako hindi mo ko in-invite eh.
Buti
Dito.
nga,
Buti nga
invited.
finally eh. Ayun nga eh.
No, but what really fucking made me think that why haven't I fucking brought it on board was when you said,
Right?
I just want to create. I'm like, hey, oh I know. I used to create with fucking Noel, and for the longest time I haven't.
Yeah.
And it's a privilege, bro. And thank you so much for
Likewise,
getting
man.
on, bro. Getting on this thing.
Diba? So wait, let me ask you. Let's turn
Go,
the tables
go,
a bit.
go, go.
So what's happening with Black Tooth Grid now?
Well, we stopped for a while because, personally speaking, Mark and I got a little bit of falling out in the past year, but we're good now. We're good now.
Okay. What did you do? What did you do, man?
Me? But me?
Siyempre, ikaw,
What did
diba?
I do? What did he do?
What did
You know how he is. I love him. I love him to death. But we were supposed to get on board and write some more shit, but pandemic, wala. All bars
Diba?
are closed. We can't even. Well, the
Yeah.
rehearsal studio's open again. Shout out to Pinoy Penguin. But siguro when things get more clear, we'll get back to making.
Naghang ka.
Hello.
Yeah, naghang ka for a bit.
Oh, nga.
But yeah, we're back. We're back.
We're back. So
Yeah.
what was I saying? Ano to? Ba't may lumalabas? Anyway, um, Well, more shit. Hello? What's happening? Ayun.
Uh,
Naghang ba?
uh,
Naghang. Is it hanging? Is it good? Is it good? You
yeah, we're
sure?
good, man. We're good.
Okay. Kinabahan ako po. So, what the fuck?
Uh,
Anyway, so yeah, that's what we're doing now. And but with me mostly, I showed you the shit we're creating I'm creating that comic with Wincy, and
yeah. When
still
see
doing the
Aquino.
yeah, oo nga, full name pa. Shout out to Wincy. How do you know Wincy, bro?
I don't know, parang everyone just knows Wincy. You know, it's one of those things in life.
Ah, talaga? Parang
I don't
everyone
know.
knows Noel Guevara, ganun ba yun?
No, parang you know, ask someone who doesn't know a person named Michael. Try to find someone who doesn't know a guy named Michael. Tingnan
No,
natin
but
kung
did
maka.
not know that's a name though. But Wincy is
Yeah,
Wincy.
yeah, I know. Well, Wincy is a name. It's an institution.
That's
No, yung mga friends niya, common friends from prod. So that's how it
prod. I'm
works.
sure. I'm sure it's a small. That
Diba?
prod world
And
is so
Quicks,
small.
Quicks and Wincy, I think, are classmates before.
I think so
Parang ganun.
too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were
Oo.
classmates. Me and Wincy were classmates from like prep to grade two.
Talaga?
Yeah. So that's how
Interesting.
we got back in touch with each other. Now we're creating magic. That's where that is.
Ah,
Plus the
there you go.
podcast. How long have you been doing it? Just last May, you said? This
Yeah, I started May and then ended
what's it called?
2 weeks.
How do we check it out on YouTube?
Behind the Shot. It's on my channel. Just search for Noel Guevara and you'll get my channel on YouTube. And but it's done for the moment. I might get back to it baka late this year or next. I don't know. I'm
Bakit?
kind of tired.
Naka-season.
It's tiring.
Ah.
It's tiring also, no? It takes akala ko it'll be easy to host a 1 hour show 3 times a week. It's not. It's actually draining.
It's
You
a
know,
bit draining.
it's enjoyable, but the preparation and then the
Yeah.
actual and then technical difficulties like if it
Yeah, kanina. Oh. Tinatakot mo naman ako, bro. No, but then, it is though, especially before when I used to edit. Because with the current format of Tambay, like, I just get it all. It's video and then I just post
right.
it. But before I used to cut it and put pictures in between. That's the taxing part. Diba?
Yeah. Wait, but you know what? If you watch the one, yung kay Josh Gad, the one in Lord of the Rings, did you watch that?
Which one?
Josh Gad has this parang Zoom, reuniting in Zoom. And then he brought back all of Lord of the Rings, the cast of Lord of the Rings. That was cool. But what they did after the Zoom, naglalagay siyang photos and maybe they see what you're doing. So that's a lot of work though.
Oh, that shit
Diba?
takes a while, bro. Do you still do your own editing? Like after the show, you would edit it yourself?
For the show, no, but for my vlogs, yes. So that's why it's tiring then. So hopefully, I'd get more, funding and more.
I was about to ask you, if you don't mind me asking, when you do a vlog, you get paid for it by whom?
No, I just do it because I want to do it. But I do have sponsors then kasi I would have to say that give me equipment, whatever. And then, so I have that. And hopefully YouTube monetization will, bring me up from my humble beginnings and onto, more
what's it? 8,000
comfortable life.
That's when you start getting paid, right? 8,000 views.
4,000 public views
4,000.
and 1,000
watch hours.
Yeah, which I hit on June 30 on my birthday. So
yeah, that got us back in touch when I greeted you on your birthday.
Yeah, so yun, and then so we're earning a bit, but it's not enough to feed a family of 20. So that's what I want.
Of 20? Why are you gonna feed the family of 20?
But it means that you're earning so much that you can just diba?
No, but enough for you to at least it's earning. I mean, fucking for me, Tambay has always been just like a passion project. It doesn't it connects me with people, yes, but unlike Gabe's earning through his channel. Shout out to Gabino Games. He earns through his channel, bro. It's all just Gabe.
Talaga.
Yeah. Fucker.
He's a gamer? Gabe is a gamer?
Yeah.
I never thought he was a gamer. He's on YouTube?
He's on YouTube. Gabino Games, bro. Subscribe. He's got
Gabino Games.
10,000 subscribers. Dami, bro. With the total watch hours of whatever. Basta, kumikita siya.
Wow, 7.65 thousand. Nice.
Oh, diba? Galing, di ba?
Talaga? Si Gabe to?
Sige, yan. Subscribe, bro. Just
Para
subscribe.
siyang, not nothing against it, but it looks like the feet of a kid.
Yeah. And
Diba?
yeah.
Galing.
Galing.
And no, because that's the right thing to do because yung
Exactly.
gamers are getting younger, right? So,
Yeah.
wow.
People,
Galing, ha?
he
Breaking
gets.
character, ha?
Oh, I said you would hear Gabe tell jokes. He would have his daughter come in, si Gabby, while he's talking over his game. Basta, kumikita yan, bro.
Nice. Wow. And my last mental image of Gabe, and you are like, nung college, diba? Pucha, mga pinapaluhod pa kayo. Tapos ngayon,
No,
bigla-
let's go there. Good boy image ko dito, bro.
Sino, ikaw? Dude, come on. Please lang.
Friendly.
Ako ang good boy image ever since. Ever since college, I was like that,
Image.
Bring home to mommy.
Yeah,
Diba?
ako no.
It is what it is.
You still good, bro? You still good? You gotta go in a bit.
Yeah, we got. Oh yeah, a bit. I
Right.
may have to say goodbye.
Okay.
But this was awesome, man. I
Of
mean,
course, bro. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
but very good. I love the questions, though. I think I'm gonna have a sleepless night tonight thinking of the
Should I have
questions
said
and
it?
you.
No.
Diba?
If you do,
I
then
think I
fucking
have to
tell
think.
me. Dapat sinabi ko yun. And but for
It's a
me,
good question, though.
again, I always want to bring it back to the geek because I know everyone's
Yeah.
whether it's a basketball player like Ali or stunt coordinator like whoever guests I get. There's always a geek root to everything. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
our connection is more personal because it's Star Wars and it's like from decades back, right?
Yeah.
And you always want to bring that out. I like to pick that out of people.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
Before you go, bro, any parting like advice to people who want to get into the creative realm and or to to pursue their dreams and shit?
Okay.
Parting,
Well,
wise words. Para naman magandang note na yan.
it's good that it's good to have a passion project. No, it's always good to pursue something that's really right out of the wear your heart on your sleeve and pursue your passion. Try to do what you want to do. But one thing I do learn is that you have to do it in a way that is very smart. No? It can't be if you can earn from it, do it.
There you go.
If you can charge from it, do it. And at the same time, I think this is the most important, no? Kasi in our society, it's very. I read this book na it's for Filipinos to. It's such a sin for creatives to sell out. No, or to ask for attention, be in the spotlight, request for stuff. But that's the thing, no matter how good you are, no, even if you're the best director, toy maker, if you don't promote yourself or you don't ask for stuff, you don't put yourself out there.
What do you mean by
sell
ask for stuff?
ask for stuff, like ask for opportunities. For example, hey, can you feature me on this? Hey, can you sponsor this? Hey, can you fund my next project?
Hey, Noel, can I be a guest on your talk show? Ganon? Pwede ba yung ganon?
Parang ganon. Yeah, parang ganon. Diba? So
hey,
whether
Noel,
mag-no
but di pa
or...
ako guest sa'yo ever. Anyway, I'm kidding. Okay.
So if you're a photographer, then yes, of course, or a videographer. But yeah, definitely. But the point is that we are so scared to be criticized. Ay, nag-sell out. Ay, nagpa-promote. Ay, nagpa-ABS-CBN. But that's the reality of it. If you're not going to promote yourself, no matter how good you are, it's going to be difficult to make it. So don't be shy about getting the spotlight on you. No, don't be shy to do that. No, I want to do this very, hipster-ish way. It's an esoteric art. I want the people to find me.
Yeah.
They won't. If you won't put yourself out there. So don't be scared to do that.
Okay.
Don't be scared to ask as well. So that's my important thing. Because I've seen people who are not as good, but they get, sobrang laki ng following nila because they know how to market themselves. So I think that's important. Don't be shy to do that.
What would be the best channels for them to promote themselves?
Well, right now, especially because of the pandemic, that would be social media. So you really have to make an effort. Ako, tamad ako mag-Instagram.
Ako, tamad din ako mag-Insta.
Tamad ako eh. And getting your work out there, you really have to, huwag ka mahiya, even if it's not good yet, it's part of it eh. And people who latch onto you early and see your journey, how you've evolved, those are followers that are organic and, they're not bots or trolls. So they're with you. So that's good to build that also. And, doesn't also hurt if you ask someone to give you a shout out, diba?
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah,
What do you mean?
yeah,
Like
man.
you do that? You do that? Like, hey, can you shout?
No, no, no. I mean, like for example, I have okay, perfect example. I have
Okay.
this student. She was doing the mukbang thing,
The
and
what?
then
The
she was
what?
doing mukbang. She videos herself eating.
What do you call it?
Mukbang. It's a Korean term.
Mukbang.
So
Sounded dirty in my head. Oh.
all she does is just eat, no eat, and she films herself eating it, and it's a big thing, pare, in Korea.
Really?
So she was doing okay, no, 5K followers, ganyan, until she asked, I think, one of the top mukbang, parang Korean content creators on YouTube to mention her, shout
Okay.
out. Now she has like what 700,000
Wow.
subscribers on YouTube, and she's earning so much. And she just asked. So people are so scared to ask kasi na parang yeah, there are people kasi who are ano naman to be fair. There are people kasi who are, sino ba to he's asking to be ganyan, to be featured. Sino ba to, wala naman siyang experience. But don't be that guy. Don't be that crab mentality guy. Just cheer those people on. And don't be an asshole like, Pa-Ellen Noel circa 2004 or something. So, be very supportive.
But it also kasi is a stain of youth also, diba? When you're younger, you have so much, you got more pride about, I don't care, you know what I mean? As opposed to, like, us now, looking at ourselves back in 2004, it'd be like, God damn it, kid, diba? You're not that, you know what I mean? You're not that awesome, diba? The humility of time is not there.
True.
So I guess, you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's my point lang, no. Don't hesitate to like be in the limelight, to be featured and ganyan. Kasi Pinoys are so parang tayo medyo let's be honest, may pagka-crab mentality kasi tayo talaga. So it's there, it's innate. So it's just, you have to be conscious about it, diba? So yeah, man, that's it. So do the grind, be kind, guys, be kind. Kindness is like riding a bike. You have to practice it until you perfect it. So and work hard.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, bro. And hopefully, my dream is we work on something also.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Once you're done preaching your song of the water to the people, which is working. It's worked on me. I mean, honestly.
The song of my people.
You fucking Aquaman wannabe, motherfucker.
Diba?
But thank you so much for watching the show, man. Thank you so much, Noel. And stay on. Let's talk just like 5 more minutes after this. Or like
sure,
2 minutes,
man.
2 minutes.
Yeah, cool, man. Cheers, guys.
For this message of those who hesitate, masturbate. Thank you so much for having me. I'm your host, Pael Fajardo. Adios.
Pael the Hard Fajardo.
Adios.